There were a couple of rumored downings for one reason or another. One of them was a toy, the other one was never found. But having something...
A drone was downed and never found?
And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago.
His name is Yinpao Zhao, charged with failure to register an aircraft and violation of national defense airspace. Arrested Monday, San Francisco International Airport. Whoa, man, they got this guy as he was on the run. Our federal government is being invaded by drones, happening in New Jersey. They don't know what the hell's going on. Senator Cory Booker is trying to coordinate a response with these very intelligent people, so you can be rest assured that they're going to get to the bottom of this. Who's working on it? Pete Buttigieg, Department of Transportation. Guess the drones do transport themselves. The Honorable so-called Alejandro Mayorkas and Christopher Wray, who has now announced he's resigning. He'll be out of here when Trump takes office. So Cory Booker is saying, look, man, we need continued transparency and vigilance as authorities investigate these unauthorized drones as they're flying across our state. That's why I'm sharing my letter to the federal agencies who are coordinating this investigation. The problem is, even local state people from the New Jersey Senate are asking questions. We've got people on Fox News reporting these things are coming over from Iran. That has been debunked by the Department of Defense, saying they're not from Iran. So nobody really knows what's going on. Meanwhile, we've got a Northern California man who is a Chinese national who just got arrested. He's 39 years old for flying a drone over a base called the Vandenberg Space Force Base out there in California. And so they're trying to figure out what's happening. But as it stands, the governor of New Jersey, where these drones are flying, says they're not getting any information from the feds at all. Here's what he said.
The drones in New Jersey, in Morris County, I don't know how many mayors sent a letter to you this morning asking for a clarification. What can you tell us? What is going on, and why is it taking so long to come up with an explanation?
Yeah, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say, most importantly, right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had last night.
Isn't that a concern for public safety? Like, that in itself, you don't know where they came from or what they're doing? Okay, could they be doing something bad that you can't detect? There's no concern for public safety? They dropping an aerosolized virus through the air? What are they doing?
49 sightings. I think 20 of them were over 100. Now, those include, I think I saw one mistaken a fixed-wing aircraft, a plane, a small Piper Cub, for instance, for a drone, or you saw one and that counts, and then I saw the same one and that counts. So we think these are overstated, but it's a non-zero number. I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday, pretty much all day, hoping we'll get answers sooner than later. I would just ask folks to continue to let the FBI or their local law enforcement know when they see something, and we'll continue to do everything we can with our federal partners to get clearer answers.
Why is it so hard to get answers?
These are apparently very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. And, we're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and sensitive critical infrastructure. So we've got military assets, we've got utility assets.
Yeah, that sounds like that might be a danger to the public.
We've got the president-elect's one of his homes here. This is something we're taking deadly seriously. We've gotten good cooperation out of the feds, but we need more, and that was my plea.
Finally, how much longer do you think
I don't know, but if we have news, I'll let you know. The minute we know something, I'm not going to hide it under a bushel.
Governor, you're going to have people saying, I saw a drone and it was spraying something, or I saw a drone crash in my yard and it set off an alarm when I tried to go near it. There's a lot of fear amongst New Jersey residents. I mean, what is your message?
Well, the message I just gave. But by the way, we're not aware of any nefarious drone that has crashed. Or if there is one that's crashed, could someone please call me and let me know where that is? There are a couple of rumored downings for one reason or another. One of them was a toy. The other one was never found. But having our
a drone was downed and never found?
Hands on equipment that's on the ground would be helpful. No question about it.
All right. Yeah, it'd be nice to get your hands on it. And that was a strange statement. So as soon as you get eyes on them, they go dark. Now, this was what Fox News was reporting. They said that through Congressman Jeff Van Drew, that Iran launched a mothership about a month ago that now contains these drones. And the mothership is off the East Coast. Now, the DOD came out and said, no, this is not actually accurate. And they don't know what it is, but I guess it's not from Iran.
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these these drones. That mothership, it's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, we know there was a probability. It could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyist or hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be, they should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Look, you've given us some pretty dire information just here, and I want to make sure that our viewers are digesting this. Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home, also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen. That capability exists. It's possible some of those drones are here. So I have two questions. How are they fueling them? They have to land somewhere. Drones don't fly forever. Why don't they close down the airspace? Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it's the holidays. Shut it down. But if you start shooting things and you don't know how they're fueled, that's going to be mass explosions. This isn't like one spy balloon. Congressman, this is serious.
We've got to bring them down, and we've got to find a way to bring them down. I don't know exactly where they're landing. Obviously, I have some information. And again, this isn't just Jeff Van Drew, let's get on Harris Faulkner's show and say something outrageous. I'm telling you a straight deal from very high positioned individuals who are telling me this. And the bottom line is they're launching them. They are across the country. We don't even have anything like this. Our government and also certainly our hobbyists don't. So think about it. It's not only do I have the information, but it's also common sense. We've got to get them down. We've got to determine how they function, what they do, make sure that we can get them, and you're right, in a safe way. When I say shoot them down, get them down any way that you can, but right now they're probably extracting information. This is a clear and present danger to the United States and to our president-elect, and it's a serious business.
All right, so it flew all the way over from Iran, I guess is the story. Now, the DOD is saying, no, that's actually not what's happening. And here, this got clipped over from Clandestine on X from the State Department briefing today.
Sabrina, can you tell me what the Pentagon is doing to address this issue of drone sightings over New Jersey? It's near sensitive.
Except flying them?
Installations, the FBI is involved. What is the Pentagon doing?
So aware of those drone sightings that have been reported. At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Can you rule out that these are American drones or U.S. military drones?
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
Representative Jeff Van Drew, who is a Republican from New Jersey, was just on the air saying that Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones, and that mothership is off the east coast of the United States. Is there any truth to that?
There is not any truth to that. There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
So what was that thing that we saw in the sky? What the heck is happening? If it's not from Iran, how do you know it's not from Iran? And why aren't you telling us how you know that? Because they don't really know much of anything, or the right people know everything, right? The base commander of a New Jersey military research center said that the mysterious drones are not theirs, but did confirm the sightings. The local media outlet reported that it had 11 confirmed sightings, 7 reports, large drones flying overhead, even going over Trump's golf course and near military research sites had been on the rise. FAA first received reports nearly 2 miles north of the Trump Golf Club. Drones had been seen nightly. Phil Murphy announced there were dozens of other reports. Karine said on Tuesday that drones flying over New Jersey were not foreign, said Biden had been made aware of this, and Homeland and the FBI are investigating, so we won't get any answers out of them. When pressed if the federal government had ruled out that the drones are being controlled by foreign entities, Jean-Pierre Karine said, yeah, you can rule that out. It's not a foreign government threat. Okay, so then it's our own government who's just wagging this around in our faces for whatever reason. Bunch of people sending letters. Here was the one from Cory Booker. He says, look, over the past several weeks, Ray, Mayorkas, and Booty, we had multiple confirmed sightings of unexplained unexplained drone activity. These sightings have been confirmed by a lot of people, including prompting the FBI to open up an investigation. On December 4th, Phil Murphy convened a briefing with Homeland and state agencies. The unexplained drone activity in and around New Jersey continues, however, with reports on December 9th of sightings over Naval Weapons Station in Monmouth County. Now, I recognize the need to maintain operational security of ongoing investigations and that this situation requires complex interagency coordination. Does the governor of a state have any attack helicopters, like at all? I'm asking. Or can they just send some dude up there, you know, with some weaponry, just on a news helicopter or something? Like, why can't the governor act to just take this thing out of his state? Just take it out. The people would be thrilled, by the way. Man, that governor would be reelected like for eternity, probably become the president. Well, I was just waiting for the FBI and the FAA to figure this out, so we just sent up one of our people, the National Guard. There you go. Thank you for that. Yeah, I should have thought of that. The National Guard. We just sent the National Guard out there to just take it out, right? They've got helicopters and they can take out stuff. Done. Thank you for the help and assist on that. Send in the National Guard. Just go take them out. It's my state. If you guys want to jerk us around, all you 3 federal agencies, you're done. I recognize the need to maintain operational security. As such, I urge you to share any relevant information about these drone sightings. Without transparency, I believe that fear, rumors, and fear will continue to spread, which might be the whole point. I also request that Homeland, the FBI, and FAA provide a briefing to New Jersey's municipal and county officials on the current situation to include the federal government's response to date in accordance with appropriate classification restrictions. Now, it is our shared obligation to make sure our air is safe, and I'm sure people are freaked, right? This type of stuff is freaky out there. What the hell is that up there? And our own government is not telling us anything about it. So another state senator also said to the governor, a bunch of people sending letters in saying, hey, you know, yesterday I wrote urging an immediate joint legislative hearing to address the unexplained drone activity. Today I write directly to you, Governor, requesting you to convene a joint legislative briefing to give 120 of us an update. We got critical questions that 9 million people have. With all due respect, dismissing the ongoing incredible reports of drone sightings as nothing and saying it's no threat without offering a detailed explanation as to how you came to those conclusions, it's not only dismissive, it's irresponsible and it's dangerous. New Jerseyans continue to report drones flying over military installations, critical infrastructure, and residential neighborhoods. As Commander-in-Chief of the New Jersey National Guard, you bear the responsibility of safeguarding our state assets and protecting our communities. Yet your office has shown no discernible action to address these reports, provide assurances to the public, or explain why such measures are unnecessary. This inaction raises questions about your commitment to transparency and public safety, and so by failing to address this, you are fostering an environment ripe for conspiracy theories and misinfo and public panic. Again, conditions that could escalate into a dangerous confrontation and erode leadership and your confidence in your leadership. And so please organize a joint briefing. It's time to lead. It's time to do something about it. And we'll see if they do. Another sheriff said something to the Honorable Christopher Smith. On behalf of us, I would like to extend my gratitude for working with you. While these devices provide numerous benefits, their misuse poses significant risks to critical infrastructure. Like, drones are good, except these. It's essential to law enforcement that we're equipped with tools to address this stuff. We need funding for drone detection. We need authorization for state police to use de-drone equipment. So the sheriff is saying, give us permission to use some stuff and give us some money to go take these drones down. So that obviously is not going to happen in time, but at least they're on it. Now, meanwhile, a Chinese national has now been arrested and criminally charged for flying other drones in another part of the country in California. Coming from LA, they say a Northern California man has been arrested on a federal criminal complaint for flying drones taking photos of Vandenberg Space Force Base. His name is Yinpao Zhao, charged with failure to register an aircraft and violation of national defense airspace. Arrested Monday, San Francisco International Airport. Whoa, man, they got this guy as he was on the run. He was prior to boarding a China-bound flight. Wow, they just got that guy. Zhao was arrested Monday, getting on a flight. Zhao remains in federal custody pending prosecutors' appeal of a federal magistrate judge. No plea was taken, arraignment happening later in LA. The defendant allegedly flew a drone over a military base and took photos of the base's layout. That's against the law. The security of our nation is paramount. According to the affidavit filed on December 8th, on November 30th, drone detection systems at Vandenberg Space Force Base detected a drone flying over the base. The drone system detected that the drone flew for nearly 1 hour, traveled at an altitude of almost 1 mile above ground level, and originated from Ocean Park, a public area next to the base. Base security personnel went to the park, spoke to Zhao and another person accompanying him. They learned that Zhao had a drone concealed in his pocket, in his jacket, the same one that flew over the base. Agents later detained him. They got a federal search warrant. They snatched his drone, saw several photographs of the Vandenberg Space Force Base taken from an aerial viewpoint. A search of Zhao's cell phone showed that Zhao conducted a Google search 1 month earlier for the phrase Vandenberg Space Force Base drone rules and messaged with another person about hacking his drone to allow it to fly higher than it could otherwise. Now, Zhao is a Chinese citizen and lawful permanent resident of the United States, most recently returning to the U.S. from China in Feb 24. The person accompanying Zhao at Ocean Park also entered the United States from China on November 26. So 2 Chinese spies spying on Space Force bases who just got nabbed, and they were almost out of the country. If convicted, 4 years in federal prison, then they'll probably give him his drone back and send him back out. Well, now Trump's in charge, so that's not happening. The FBI is investigating this matter, and that is what's happening from China. So we've got this one final clip of the FBI saying they don't know much about these drones.
1 or more people that are responsible for those drone flights, but we're actively investigating.
Is public safety at risk? Are we concerned that there are nefarious intentions that could cause either a national security or public safety incident that would put Americans at risk?
There's nothing that is known that would lead me to say that, but we just don't know, and that's the concerning part.
Yeah, that's the concerning part. So we don't know of anything that's bad, but we don't know anything. So there could be something there that's bad. Great job, FBI. How many more trillions of dollars would you like in order to do your job? Hopefully, competency returns soon enough.